Hello and welcome into the Knicks-Verse. My name is George, and if this is your first time here, or you have been here before but haven't subscribed yet, please do so. I really appreciate it. Also, the thumbs ups. Thumbs ups are very important, but for me personally, most importantly, are your comments. I love reading the comments, love hearing what you guys are thinking, especially now when we're in this turbulent time where it seems like the team cannot even win a game that the other team basically wants to hand it to you. That's right. The New York Knicks tonight had 110 points scored with 4 minutes left in the fourth quarter and could only muster up a 2-point layup that came off a steal with 15 seconds left in the game. It gave them the lead, but they weren't able to hold on with the defensive possession in regulation. And OKC scored a 2-point bucket layup by Bazley, and it was a nice play. He tied it. But when he scored 2 points in 4 minutes, come on. That kind of futility, that kind of incompetence cannot be rewarded with a victory, and it wasn't tonight. The Knicks lost 127-123 in overtime to OKC, the Thunder, the 30th ranked offense in the NBA. That's right. And let me put this even into more perspective for you. They were playing without Shai Gilgeous-Alexander or Lou Dort, their two best players. And they started an all-rookie backcourt of Tre Mann and Josh Giddey, who combined. The two of them combined for 58 points together. And Josh Giddey got a triple-double tonight. The 19-year-old rookie from Australia got a triple-double. And Tre Mann, who on this channel, we wanted the Knicks to draft him. Remember that. This channel wanted the Knicks to draft him. He went off for 30 points tonight. 9 of 16, 4 of 7 from behind the three-point line. The futility of this team. And the Knicks scored buckets tonight. Look, the final score was 127-123. Went to overtime, but couldn't hang on. And on a night when Julius gave us a triple-double, the first triple-double of the season, 30, 15, and 10, he fouled out. He didn't have a flawless game. He needed 26 shot attempts to give us 30 points, but he did his part. Was he perfect? No, absolutely not. He had 7 turnovers tonight. 7. This is what we're dealing with. Here. 7 turnovers. Fournier, 29 points, 4 rebounds, 5 assists, hit 6 of 13, almost 50% of his three-point shots he connected on. But did he take the last shot? The shot that could have tied the game in overtime after he had actually made a tremendous bucket. No. It went to Immanuel Quickley, who at the time was 0 of 6 and 0 of 4 from the three-point line. So he finished 0 of 7, 0 of 5. No points for Immanuel Quickley tonight. 5 assists, though, but no points. Now, some might wonder, wait. That's Dallas back. Are you telling me that we scored 112 points against an OKC team and couldn't win this in regulation? That is exactly what I'm telling you. That's exactly what I'm telling you. And you know why? Because the Knicks allowed how many points? They allowed 90. They allowed a tremendous amount of points in the first 3 quarters. They allowed 91 points to OKC in the first 3 quarters. That's right. They let OKC average 30 points a quarter. Now, in the fourth quarter, we held them to 21 points. But guess how many we scored? 18. Yeah, we scored 18 points in the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter, since the Utah Jazz game, the New York Knicks have scored a total of 96 points in the fourth quarter. That's for an average of 19.2 points. And that is including the Golden State game that we won because Klay Thompson missed an open. I mean, Fournier guarded him well, but at the last second, he bailed, and Klay got a decent look. He just missed it. He could have tied that game. That game could have gone in overtime. We could have lost that game. We could be 0-6 right now for the last 6 games instead of 1-5. Well, if you don't count those 28 points that the Knicks scored in that fourth quarter against the Warriors, the Knicks are averaging 17 points a game in the fourth quarter in the last 4 games, not including that Golden State. But including that Golden State, 19.2 points per game. In the NBA, if you don't have an outstanding, superior lockdown defense, you cannot win if you are scoring less than 20 points in the final 12 minutes. That's just, I don't understand how you can, spin it any other way. But you know what? I'm going to tell you guys something. You know who's not encouraged? Me. No. In fact, this is the exact kind of performance why I was annoyed as fuck when Julius Randle made his encouraging sign that, the way we lost. They came back from that trip 1-4, but he was encouraged. Why? You encouraged because you're fucking getting numbers now? Well, your team is losing. Your team is losing. Your team is now 8 games under 500. Why are you encouraged? Why would you even use that word? And Tom Thibodeau. Let's look at this. See these stats right here? This is OKC stats for the fourth quarter and overtime combined. I want you to look at the minutes. Darius Bazley, about 14 minutes. Aaron Wiggins, about 9 minutes. Isaiah Roby, about 6 minutes. Josh Giddey played 13 minutes. 13 minutes. Remember, he had a triple-double. He had a fantastic game. 58 points. Trey Mann, 14 minutes. He scored 14 in those final, final 17 minutes of the game. So the final 17 minutes, he played 14 of them. He scored 14 points. Now, I want you to, and look, they scored 36 points. They shot almost 40% from the field. Just 3 of 9 from the three-point line. Nothing spectacular. They even missed free throws for us. They missed 7 of 18 free throws. They only hit 61% of their free throws. But they got a lot of rebounds. 15 rebounds in those last 17 minutes. This is the Knicks. Now you're going to tell me, oh, it's the defense, George, the defense. Look at this. 9 of 30. 30% the Knicks shot in the final 17 minutes. And I showed you what I told you what they, in the last 4 minutes, they could only score 2 points. Off of a steal from Fournier with 15 seconds left. And then Grimes just ran it up and just laid it in. Which, that's awesome that he did it, but we couldn't hold on. Look at the three-point shooting in the fourth quarter and overtime. 2 of 13. 2 of 13. Alec Burks took 9 shots. Hit 3 of them. That's it. Shot 33%. He got to the line 5 times. Hit 4 of them. Which is nice. 3 rebounds, 2 assists. But Alec Burks, he was actually the high scorer towards the end. But he was a -7. Julius Randle fouled out of this game, and in the final quarter and overtime, he went 1 for 5. Yep, 4 points. 4 points in 17 minutes when the team needed him the most. And look at Quentin Grimes. It looks like he tweaked his knee. He went out for a while. He came back with some black tape on it, and then it must have been bothering him. He ended up ripping it off, but he was just a shell of his former self. After that, 1 of 7. 0 for 5 from the three-point line. So who was going to step up? Who was going to be the guy to step up? Apparently, Fournier played 12 minutes of those last 17, but he only got 3 shot attempts. And Fournier shot the lights out tonight. He shot the lights out. He hit 6 of 13 from the three-point line, but they couldn't find him when they needed him the most? What is the matter with this team? What is the matter with this coach? Why can't he scheme to get the guys who are hot some looks? How can you settle for a Burks driving into the lane and throwing up a lazy 2-point shot, or a fadeaway from the right side that Julius hasn't hit since last season? I am utterly disgusted with this. And let me tell you something. If you guys thought Portland was rock bottom, you haven't been listening. This team has been on rock bottom for a while. This is what it feels like when you're on rock bottom. You get your ass kicked night in, night out by teams that should not be doing that to you. And that is the result here. I actually don't even want to continue with this recap. It's not even worth talking much about. I mean, just look. Toppin plays 8 minutes. Reddish plays 8 minutes. Do you see any minutes for Deuce McBride tonight against an all-rookie backcourt from the OKC Thunder? Not one single possession for Deuce McBride tonight. You see any minutes for Jericho Sims to go up against those young athletic Thunder players? No. Let's trot out old as the hills Taj against this guy, limpy gimpy Mitch Robinson, who had actually had a great game statistically, but look how many minutes he played. This guy could not finish the game against Portland just 2 nights ago, 3,000 miles away from where this game took place. And Thibs kept trotting him out, but wouldn't give a second to Jericho Sims. Look, we may have lost this game anyway. But the point is that at some point you find out what your young players have when you play them. If you don't play them, you can't find out what they have. And then you find yourself on game 58 with no options. You created this mess, Tom Thibodeau and Leon Rose. You've got to fix this mess. I am sick of losing. I'm sick for rooting for a team that plays like this, that loses in our home court against the worst team in the NBA. The worst offensive team in the NBA for sure. Disgusted. You guys should be ashamed of yourselves to put out this effort. You're professional basketball players. What is the point of playing vets when you lose anyway? What are we developing here? What are we doing here? Why is Cam Reddish only playing 8 minutes, getting 2 buckets? What the hell is happening? It's fucking ridiculous. I don't even understand. Look at this shit. I mean, Grimes, actually, he played a great game, but that was all the first 3 quarters. In the defense, man, how do you give up 91 points to this team in 3 quarters? Now, we scored 94. Hey, if it's going to be one of those games where you got to outscore your opponent, then follow through on it. Don't cough. Don't just jam up and run out of gas with 4 minutes left. Well, you know why that happens? Because your coach doesn't understand rotations, doesn't understand minutes management, doesn't understand the concept of diminishing returns. That's right. Eventually, the more you do something, it's actually going to backfire on you. That is a fact of life. Unless you adjust. Well, have we seen any adjustments? No. I'm sorry I'm so heated right now. I had no idea how I was going to react during this pregame show. I had a whole other approach. But the more I look at the numbers and the more I think about what I actually saw, and it's not just this game. No, man. That game against the Pelicans, that was shit. That game against the Wizards, come on. We have lost 2 games. I mean, we have lost to the Magic and the Thunder. Twice. Each. What did you guys do to our 4th seed Knicks? Leon? Thibs? What did you do to it? What did you do to the team that we love, we fell in love, that we rooted for? You have weakened the confidence of the entire roster. Our bench, which was our best asset for a long time, our best attribute as a team, we could only score 22 points the whole game. We were outscored by 16 by the OKC bench. Their bench. They started rookies, and their bench outscored us by 16. If this is not a moment to look at yourselves in the mirror and realize that what you have been doing cannot continue and you must make changes, then someone has to do it for you. That's right. Someone has to make some changes. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Look at this. OKC shot 50% from the field, 38% three-pointers, only hit 2 of 3, average 2 of 3 free throw shots. We actually hit our free throw shots today. But look at the points in the paint. They had 64 points in the paint to our 50. Now, I know Mitch was in there and he was doing his thing, but I could swear Tom Thibodeau said that protecting the paint is a team commitment, a team effort. Well, where was your team here? I'm not even talking about Kemba Walker. You know, Kemba actually gave us some decent points today. Let's see here. Kemba actually, no, well, +5, 9 points. Let's see what he did here. 3 of 9, actually, no. 2 of 5, that's what I was thinking. 2 of 5 from the 3-point line. But 1 of 4 overall inside the arc. How do you play teeny tiny Kemba on a 6'8" point guard? How do you defend? How do you put him to defend Josh Giddey? Seriously. Hey, why not put Deuce in? Yeah, Deuce might be just a little bit taller than him, but his wingspan is huge. And he's tenacious. He gets into the grill of Giddey. He might have thrown Giddey off. So then Giddey wouldn't have been able to find all those options that he had. And deliver the 12 assists that he had. But no. You know why you don't play him? Because you haven't played him. Because now you, Tom Thibodeau, don't have confidence in Deuce McBride. Because you haven't played him. Meanwhile, the guy just lights it up in Westchester. Which is basically, these guys are G Leaguers. You know, I mean, they're high-end G Leaguers, but I don't get it. I don't get it. I'm done. I'm out with this game. Hopefully, when RJ comes back and Derrick Rose comes back, this team can finally find some sense of pride and be able to close out games, because this team, this roster that we have here, is incapable of doing it, and the coach is incapable of making the adjustments and guide the team and infuse the team with the confidence needed to believe in themselves to make buckets. You know why guys miss buckets? Because they don't have confidence in it. That's right. And you, Tom Thibodeau, have undermined your own players. I'm out. Thank you for watching this. Please subscribe, hit the thumbs ups, and please drop your comments. I definitely want to hear your comments. And I will see you around the Knicks-Verse.